class. My name is Margaret Ellen Noonan, but people call me Peggy for short. And I'm the proud author of the novel When Character Was King, a story of President Ronald Reagan. During my lifetime, I had the distinct pleasure of actually knowing President Reagan on a personal level. And due to my specialized career path, I procured a job as a special assistant under the Reagan administration. Through this position, I was revealed the reason for President Reagan's success. The truth of the matter was that Reagan's success was attributed to his character. His courage, his persistence, his honesty, and his incredible patience in the face of setbacks allowed him to succeed as Commander-in-Chief of this great nation. The long process of shaping the character of Ronald Wilson Reagan began in Tampico, Illinois, a small rural county in which he was born. Growing up, Ronald was forced to face the dysfunctionality of his family unit. His father was a raging alcoholic, and his mother was the rock of the family. He was forced to grow up quickly, and he self-instilled these core ideals and values that shaped the man that he would later become. He was taught the importance of equality and optimism, and these were two ideals that stuck with him for the rest of his life. Prior to his political career, President Reagan made his life as an actor. His natural stage presence that he developed during his time as an actor heavily influenced his brilliance as a public speaker. And his Hollywood beginnings also allowed him to develop this natural connectability aspect that would make him revered as a political leader. As a politician, he stood for something special, something different. He stood for change. He recognized the need for a deviation of current policy, and he had a means by which to achieve this. After his political experience as the proud and effective governor of the state of California, it became clear to the American people that Ronald Reagan was the man to solve our nation's problems. When he ran for president, he based his campaign on the foundation of family values and traditional conservative views, which had previously been skewed by the polarization amidst the Washington elite. After he was elected president, the nation was in a state of overall euphoria, for they believed they had finally found the candidate that could bring true change to the United States. However, this euphoric state was shattered after only 69 days into his presidency. President Ronald Reagan was shot in the chest by John Hinckley. The nation was in a state of panic, for fear they were losing their savior. But after nearly 1 month in the hospital, President Reagan emerged once again. As president, he stood for all that was moral and just, and he acted in accordance with his own moral compass. He improved the state of affairs, socially, economically, and politically. In regards to a social aspect, he stood for equality amongst all. Economically, he passed into effect his system of Reaganomics, which cut rates of inflation drastically and created millions and millions of jobs. Politically, he revitalized the GOP and the conservative movement. He exemplified the meaning of the dual presidency, dominating policy both domestically and internationally, and he single-handedly created a long-lasting legacy for himself that could only be reviewed with positive connotation. To this day, I still wonder the possible incentives one could have to take the life away from one of the greatest men to have ever stepped foot in the Oval Office. His legacy is one that will never be forgotten, and his policies and persona will continue to be copied by presidential candidates